Then Joseph fell on his father's face, and wept over him, and kissed him. And Joseph commanded his servants the doctors to embalm his father, and the doctors embalmed Israel. And they completed 40 days for him, because that was how they fulfilled the days of those who were embalmed, and the Egyptians mourned for him 70 days. And when the days of his mourning were over, Joseph spoke to those of Pharaoh's house, saying, If now I have found favor in your eyes, I pray you, speak in Pharaoh's ears, saying, My father made me swear, saying, Behold, I am going to die, in the tomb that I dug for me in the land of Canaan, there you will bury me. I pray, therefore, that I go now and bury my father, and I will return. And Pharaoh said, Go and bury your father, as he made you swear. Then Joseph went up to bury his father, and all the servants of Pharaoh, the elders of his house, and all the elders of the land of Egypt went up with him. And all the house of Joseph, and his brothers, and his father's house, they only left their children, their sheep, and their herds in the land of Goshen. Chariots and horsemen also went up with him, and a very large squadron became. And they came to the threshing floor of Atad, which is on the other side of the Jordan, and there they mourned with great and very sad lamentation, and Joseph mourned for his father 7 days. And when the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, saw the weeping in the threshing floor of Atad, they said, This is a great weeping of the Egyptians, therefore his name was called Abel-Mizraim, which is on the other side of the Jordan. So they did their children with him as he had commanded them. So his sons took him to the land of Canaan, and buried him in the cave of the field of Machpelah, which Abraham had bought with the same field, as a burial plot from Ephron the Hittite, east of Mamre. Death of Joseph. And Joseph returned to Egypt, he and his brothers, and all those who went up with him to bury his father, after he had buried him. When Joseph's brothers saw that their father was dead, they said, Perhaps Joseph will hate us and will repay us for all the evil we did to him. And they sent to Joseph to say, Your father commanded before his death, saying, Thus you will say to Joseph, I pray you, forgive now the wickedness of your brothers and their sin, because they treated you badly. Therefore now we beg you to forgive the wickedness of the servants of the God of your father. And Joseph wept while they spoke. His brothers also came and fell down before him, and said, Here we are your servants. And Joseph answered them, Fear not, am I in God's place? You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, to bring about what we see today, to keep many people alive. Now therefore do not be afraid, I will support you and your children. Thus he consoled them, and spoke to their hearts. And Joseph dwelt in Egypt, he and his father's house, and Joseph lived 110 years. And Joseph saw the children of Ephraim to the 3rd generation, also the children of Machir son of Manasseh were raised on Joseph's knees. And Joseph said to his brothers, I am going to die, but God will surely visit you, and will bring you up from this land to the land that he swore to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. 25 And Joseph made the children of Israel swear, saying, God will surely visit you, and you will carry away my bones from here. And Joseph died at the age of 110 years, and they embalmed him, and he was put in a coffin in Egypt.